Welcome back yet again, once again, for another time, Howligans.
Perhaps one more.
Perhaps one more. Thank you for joining us. This is another episode of Movie Howl. My name is Joe, joined by Ryan. We're here to talk about movies. And I mean, you know, we tangent, we get off on talking about other different things. That was terrible. That's not how I meant that to sound. It is not.
A lot less dead air than we used to do too.
Yeah. Didn't mean that. But what we're going to talk about this time is not a new movie, but I just happened to be watching it the other day because it's a movie that I can just pop in and watch. I enjoyed it when it first came out. I really like this director. I would like to see them do more things. The director is, I almost said Benicio del Toro, but that is not who. Was there a bug on my head? Did a bug? Did I just feel?
Fly just landed on your.
The hell? Okay. Son of a bitch. I thought it was a June bug. Jesus. But it's a movie that I can put in any time. And as I said, the director, I wanted to say Benicio del Toro, but I know that's not who it is. It's Guillermo.
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
So the other.
Dead man in Death Stranding. Oddly enough.
Okay.
Or at least it says it's Guillermo del Toro.
Okay. Well, and I know he's done some different things. This we're doing Pacific Rim.
Yes, from 2013. So a little bit. Yeah, it's been a minute because you mentioned this that you were going to watch it, and I was like, yeah, I've seen that before. And then I thought about it. I watched it on a 3D Blu-ray on my, I think, PS3 on a Samsung TV that I still have. It's in my mom's basement somewhere. It's like
my TV here is a 3D TV.
That was a long time ago, and that was the only movie I think I ever watched in 3D. I think I watched one 3D movie, played one 3D game, and then it's like, okay, well, that's done.
I got to be honest, I was really hoping to get more 3D gaming. I really thought there was some potential there for some real immersive
Yeah, there could have been some cool stuff. Or, like I've said 1,000 times, Sony had this thing, this display. It was like a 27-inch display, something like that, where it used the same technology, but instead of one eye seeing one set of images and the other seeing the other, it was I see one image, you see one image. So we're both playing like split screen.
My TV does
on
that.
The same screen.
Yep.
And that's so cool. I love that. Because I remember
it was one of the factors when I was looking at. I really took some time to
it's like I don't
figure out what I wanted when I'm going to get this TV.
Screen peeking while we're playing Halo.
Right? Duh.
I mean, I remember how big of a deal that was. Like, we would set up specifically, like, TVs back to back, middle of the room, or you guys are out there. Nathan brought the long cable and the switch, so you guys are. Anyway, yeah, it's an older movie, but I did rewatch it today.
Okay. So, and to be like perfectly honest, when I told him I just recently watched it, I got to like 2/3, 3/4 of the way through, but I've seen it a bunch, so. It's not like the ending is, I didn't see the end, so I don't know what to talk about. No, I know what to talk about.
I was
so
like, I
good.
pretty much remember this. Mm-hmm. No.
No, you did not?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's got
I remember the
Idris
broad
Elba.
strokes, but there was a lot I did not recall.
It's got Idris Elba. It's got Charlie Hunnam.
Yes,
Which,
Charlie Hunnam.
The fact that I
From
even remember his
something
name.
called Sons of Anarchy, whatever that
Sons of
is.
Anarchy, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he was also, I wrote down something else that he was in. Yeah, Green Street Hooligans, Children of Men, and that King Arthur movie that they did, like,
Yep, that was the Guy
5 years
Ritchie.
ago, 10 years
that
ago?
was the Guy Ritchie King Arthur movie. It was okay.
I heard it got mixed reviews. I didn't have to see
it
it
was okay.
like, as soon as I saw that guy, I was like, oh yeah, Sons of Anarchy guy. What else has he been? And I know he looks more familiar than just that. So, yeah, Idris Elba, and then Rinko Kikuchi was Mako.
Okay.
Or Mako, whatever. I don't know if Mako's just the shark or if that's
And
her name.
one of the main characters from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is in this.
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day, who might be my favorite character. My second favorite character in this movie.
What's your first?
It's hard. It's Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is obviously
As Hannibal Chow.
Hannibal Chow.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was good.
Super good. That was, and so this movie.
He's like, it's my third favorite character in like, this fictional thing at a Chinese restaurant.
Right?
Right?
It's so this movie. It's just pretty kind of ridiculous. We're not. I don't want to get into what this movie's about. If you don't know what this movie's about, it's It's big robots fighting big monsters. That's it. That's what this movie's for.
And Ron Perlman is a gangster who looks like he's cosplaying a PS2 Yakuza game. And it's so good. It's not even out of place at all.
It's so good.
It's so good.
He blends. He blends.
He dressed like that before Jordan Peterson started.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right, that was... But in Pacific Rim, this is a movie that I have enjoyed for a long time. There are some very good lines in this movie.
Yeah. And it just has a setup. It's like your stock standard sci-fi, like I was talking about in our last episode. I like it when you have a good setup. It's like, here's the world, here's what's going on. You know, it doesn't have to be like full-on exposition the whole time. Mm-hmm. Here's the world, here's what's going on, here's what you need to know and why people are doing what they're doing. And that's what they give us. Mm-hmm. This is a world where, for whatever reason, there are these giant alien monsters coming through a dimensional rift in the ocean.
Called Kaiju.
Dope.
Yep.
Don't care. They're like, we killed the first one after 6 days and it traveled like 35 miles inland or something.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, it really did. Yeah. It was bad.
And then they realize, okay, we need something else. So the best they come up with are Jaegers. So apparently Kaiju is Japanese for big bitch of a monster, and Jaeger is German for hunter. I don't know why they chose Axis languages. I don't know if there's any meaning behind that, but
I didn't think about it, but I like it.
It's interesting to me. The first thing I thought of was like, why would you make robot humans? And I guess it's if you're trying to apply as much logic as this movie deserves. It's like a human form is versatile. You can go in the water, you can climb over stuff, you can go wherever the monster's going to go. And it's easy to control if you're using like a neural interface.
Right, which is based on how they have to do it in this movie. The only way you can control something this big, kind of like they even reference it in this movie, a dinosaur. The kaiju are so big that there's more than one brain.
Yeah.
Like a brontosaurus. I was a little boy. I love dinosaurs, so I have some names that are still there. But so it takes two people to run these big fighting robots and
share the neural
load. And this movie's better than it had any right to be. If you take away the robot monster fighting aspect of it, if you look at everything that's not that, because that's why people are in it, especially when 3D was a big craze. Like, what a big draw this was for that.
I actually thought it was so much better not in headache-o-vision. Like, it's like, wow, it's so much less distracting when I can see everything. Like, I was trying to focus on different things when I was watching it in 3D, and I was like, oh, right, they were probably just filming this with a normal camera, which means only one thing was actually in focus. So even though it looks like 3D, I can't focus on the other stuff with my eyes. So I'm giving myself a headache for no reason.
Nice.
But I enjoyed it, and you're right. It does have... It's better than it has any real right to be, but it hits so many of these old movie tropes because it's in a perfect place. I wrote just a couple of them down while I was watching it. The girl sees the guy looking good, like sneaks a little peek at him, and there's it's just this little quiet moment. Everything else is fast-paced and tight, but there's just this little moment where they leave each other. You know, the mystery girl who's like picking out the candidates to be his co-pilot or whatever. And then he finds out that she's been working in the simulator, but she's not allowed to be a pilot. And then she goes to her own room, which it sounds like, okay, bye. Maybe I'll see you later. No, I'm here. I'm 8 feet that way. And she is standing in her doorway looking like you're her second daughter. Because she did when she turned around. She had her pants way up, and they kind of come out, which makes the top half of her body look really tiny. And I was like, she looks like a cat. And she's looking, and then he walks by, like, drying himself off. For some reason, he's showering with his door open. And she's like, whoa. Like, he's ripped.
Yeah, shirt off.
Looks over, and she's
good.
Like, oh. And she closes the door, but then she's peeking through the peephole. And so we had that. We had a scene where he and Idris Elba are standing shoulder to shoulder but facing away from each other, talking dramatically in a way that doesn't really make sense for their... Like, it kind of does, but it's like... Wow. It's a little over dramatic, I think. there's a point at which, well, I'll leave some of them for later, I guess.
Okay, all right.
It hits some of these where it's like, oh yeah, they used to do this kind of stuff. There's this scene where the girl shows interest. That cat is about to jump onto the table.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, no, she just went like, oh, well, I'm gonna fuck that camera up.
No, she's not gonna do that.
All right. Okay, go on.
So I've always enjoyed this movie. I think it gave me more than what I wanted, because I wanted to watch big robots fight big monsters. That's what you wanted out of this movie. It gives you that. And it gives you that in ways that are pretty visceral, pretty good, fun. Some of it I just have trouble understanding. You just have to take it for what it is. Because when they talk about certain things, like so many engine power per muscle fiber, and the things
like
that they refer to
for the machines.
Yeah. But when I think about trying to make something like that a reality, there's parts of it that just don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a lot.
You just have to let it go. But for that, I could let a lot of that go for what it was, and I enjoyed the characters in this movie. It has like some of the character, really all of the main characters. You've got Idris Elba as the older seasoned veteran who's running the operation, really played well by him. There's characters who are ancillary characters, scientist guys. There's one guy who I know you've seen in other things. I can't think of like what specifically I've seen him in.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Gottlieb.
Yes.
Is his name? Bern Gorman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I think he might have been. Was he in Oppenheimer? It's the kind of role he plays.
Yeah.
He's usually like some kind of serious scientist type or whatever.
Yeah, but this character he played here was good. I liked some of them you didn't give like a lot of backstory on, almost like in Dodgeball when they had a little bit of a missed opportunity in that movie when they had all these different dodgeball teams, and they could have had a little bit more on some of them. But the other Jaeger pilots, some of that was good.
Yeah, I like the reveal of like, here's the Russian ones. They have this like super solid old school one. They've never, like their area's been safe for 9 years or whatever without a breach. Yeah,
that they were in Siberia.
Yeah.
Walking the wall, Siberian wall. Just ridiculous stuff that they're talking about with these.
There's a Chinese one where they have 3 pilots and it has 3 arms. Like, all you can get out of that one more person is another arm.
Yeah, the big-ass robots were cool. There's a father and son combo who they play a little bit of, veteran, because Charlie Hunnam's character, the way this starts out is in the movie, and I mean nothing new. We're gonna get into some spoilers here, so it is what it is. But he loses his brother.
Yeah.
And you find out he's one of the only pilots that was able to finish piloting a Jaeger solo. That looks like a big deal for them because it took a lot of testing to figure out how to make it happen and convoluted sci-fi stuff, and 2 people can do it because one person can't, but 2 people can.
Yeah, and you have to be drift compatible, and I wasn't sure what that meant. Like I was writing this stuff down. It's like I don't remember. Maybe they explained it and I missed it. Like, is drift compatible just we're both drift compatible, so we can do it? Or do I have to be compatible with you? Like, is anybody who can do it, they can do it with anybody else? Or are you more or less compatible with somebody else? Because it kind of seems like that's the case.
It was a little bit interchangeable there.
But there's a little bit of like, okay, well, I'll pilot with you since we need somebody.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. So I don't know. They play a little bit loose with some of these rules.
Yeah, that it's the more drift compatible, the stronger the connection, the better you fight.
Yeah, the more shared memories and stuff like that, the better it is. And then they have people that like, oh, I just met you, but we fight good together, so let's do this.
Yeah. So I mean, they don't really explain it, which is okay. This movie isn't about that.
Yeah,
it's not. You don't like. We're not trying to overthink it, but the way these characters interact, there's this. Like Charlie Hunnam's character, he'd gone away for a while, but then the commander, he needed to call some like
Marshall Stacker Pentecost.
Marshall Pentecost.
What a name!
Yeah,
that's a name. That's like in the Jack Reacher days when you'd have these ridiculous names. Like every novel, it's like
Jack Burton. Jack Burton always says. What the hell?
My name is Frank Punch Fist, like some stupid super macho name, or just like really unique. But he's the only one that's really like that, because the main character's name is Raleigh Beckett. Not that weird. His brother's name is Yancey.
Yancey. You know, the only other time I've heard the name Yancey, Futurama.
Yeah.
That was Fry's brother, Yancey.
I don't think I know of another Yancey. I'm sure I've seen another one, but I can't think of anything.
I would like to know, did this movie take it from that? I bet it didn't, but there is a chance.
There's a chance.
I guarantee that Futurama episode was before 2013.
Yeah, for sure.
So, for sure. So,
yeah, it's a silly movie in that, like, I was thinking about these weapons that they have, because they're like, well, the Jaegers are the way to go. We got really good at it. It became kind of just like a spectacle thing almost. Like, they started selling toys. Charlie Day's character, Newt, has tattoos. He has a tattoo of the one that killed Yancey.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, it's so badass. Like, then he just like realizes who he's talking to, and he's looking over at him.
And everybody's like, bro.
I just want to see one up close alive. And he's like, no, you don't.
and that's that was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
We say.
But the way they fight is, I get it. It's for the movie and it's cool. But if you stop and think about it, it's okay. Well, they fight and then they use this like plasma cannon that's in the thing's arm. How much less expensive is just like several of those plasma cannons on ships instead of on this robot arm? One of the first things I was thinking about was about this interview where they were talking about robots like these Tesla robots, stuff like that. And they were saying, if you see one that turns its head, that's just a thing to like wow investors, because it is way easier to just put a camera here, like all the way around, as opposed to all the mechanisms to move a head around. Doesn't make any sense. And you're saying, if you're going to make a robot, like if people like this would have made a sewing machine that is just a like robotic old woman on a chair sewing. Or instead of a car, they would have invented a mechanical horse. Like, there are reasons why the machines that we have who do things people used to do are not shaped like people who do those things.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, well, you could have like that orbital laser probably from the season finale of Invincible season 1.
I think of it from the old computer game Command and Conquer.
Yeah,
because you had that as an ability. It was great. I loved it.
But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you think about the fact that they end up pretty much relying on some of this stuff anyway, and they know that like a big enough missile will take it down, because they took it down with traditional munitions, the first one, eventually. But it's like, okay, we just need a bigger... Oh, we need to use a bunker buster missile, whatever it is we just used.
Call Tony Stark and he will bust the bunker under the bunker.
But it's so much cooler this way. And again, they are more versatile. I can see why maybe there'd be a logical reason to do it, but it's just cool.
No, it's not. There is like no logical reason.
The thing that really got me was...
I love it.
How much more relatable it was to see them. They have 4 Jaegers left.
Yeah.
And they have no viable way to stop kaijus.
No. And so they're telling our Nick Fury, Idris Elba, Stacker, like, we're not funding you anymore. This wall seems promising, though. They're not even done with the wall, and they're watching the news, and they're like, oh yeah, monster just busted through the wall. The people in the background of that crowd are like, why are we building this? The Jerry Seinfeld's back there, why are we building the wall? And then they're saying there's like riots and unrest because people are like, why did you do... Like, they were saying, this kaiju that busted through was stopped by a decommissioned Jaeger. And the pilots are there. It's the guys you were talking about, the Australian father and son duo. And they're like, yeah, it's just lucky we were still in the area. And they're like, are you still leaving for Hong Kong? And he's like, yeah, that's our orders. We're supposed to take this thing there, and we're done, because they shut this program down. And that just seems so real. Like, oh, we found it'd be cheaper to just build a giant wall that's probably not going to work. And if we don't look at the monsters, then we don't worry about the monsters. That seems 100% like what government employees and C-suite executives would do. 100p. Wow.
The goal.
I got to be honest, Holligans, I did not think about that in ever watching this movie. That is disgustingly accurate. That is. Oh, that hurts.
It's one of these. Bit. Yeah, I mean, just modern day stuff like the glee with which companies have laid people off in the hopes that someday the AI that we have that sucks will be able to do the job of a person.
Okay, well, this.
And I hope people don't forget again the glee with which they got rid of you, because they thought hopefully someday this tech will replace you, and I really don't think it will, because I've been trying to train my own. Based on materials I've been getting for my new job, the more I give it, the worse it gets.
Really?
At very first, it was able to answer some basic questions.
Yeah, you talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been getting worse and worse the more info I give it.
That seems like the direct opposite of how it works with a person.
Yeah.
The more info I get, the better I get at my job. I think you're right. I think the government in this movie is basically, they wouldn't release the Epstein list either.
Yeah, they want to go with the cheapest, easiest option, whether it works or not, and that's exactly what we got today. So, but I also get that that's what they need to make it more of a challenge, because they need the Jaeger program to be on the back foot. They need it to be like this. The Australian one is the most advanced one that's ever been built, and the program was decommissioned, was discontinued, whatever, one day after it was completed. So it's had 11 kaiju kills, I think they said, after being decommissioned.
I mean, But the way they set this up, did they really need it to be on the back foot? Because the way they describe it, first there's one, and then so long there's a clock. Yeah. They have this clock running. They have to reset the clock. Well, they're talking about it like it's just going to happen, more and more, and it's just
more and more frequently. It's like
until you're getting one every 5 minutes, and then you're dead, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's like playing Vampire Survivors. More and more enemies coming, stronger and stronger enemies. They have them in categories. Even though they're like different kinds of animals, which Charlie Day points out, like, why do we do this? Like, one's like a shark, one's like a lizard, one's like a fish. I don't know. This maybe doesn't make sense.
There's a dynamic in this movie with two scientists. Yeah. Charlie Day's character and this other guy who I know I've seen in other things too.
Yeah, Gottlieb is his name, I think.
No, that's not the one I was talking. Okay, so who I was referring to earlier, that actor. He's the one who plays like the point man. He's like running the operations of it. He was the one who, man's got to do what a man's got to do, brother. Like he knew Charlie Hunnam's character from before when he was fighting. He was with Idris Elba then.
You're talking about the Australian dad?
No. The one who when Charlie Hunnam's character...
Oh, is he the ops guy?
Yes.
Yes.
That guy. That's who I was talking about.
Did I write him down? I did. Tendo.
Him. That's the guy who I was talking about.
Okay.
But
he was like glory days.
Yeah. But the scientist, that Charlie Day and this other guy, they play these scientists, and they're kind of, I could see why the program would have them, because they're looking at it from two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, he's looking at the biology of them, like what are they like and how are they changing as they come out, and the other one's looking at like there's a mathematical progression to this.
Mm-hmm. And it's very interesting, both of them, and I like their progression as characters. I like the progression of the characters which you have the Australian father and son, and then you've got Riley and Mako. Raleigh. and Mako's character, and the progression of all of them. Like I really like it was better than it had any right to be for what it was. It, I think, speaks to the director himself, and who, as I said, I like Pan's Labyrinth. If you haven't seen it, it's one of the early Guillermo del Toro things that came out. Kind of not really horror, but like in a horror-esque genre, almost like he did famously Hellboy, the Ron Perlman Hellboys.
Yeah.
So like he's done some things that I really do like him. And this was, it was just good. It was one of these movies that I've popped on throughout the course of the past 10 years, that, more than it's been out, and I can just watch it. Yeah. Because it's just, like, there's so many scenes that are just good. The scene where Riley and Pentecost get into it, and Idris Elba's like, number one, do not ever touch me again. Number two, do not ever touch me again. Like, he reminds you of that the sub commander in the movie we just watched, the Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 2. What is it called? I don't even remember now.
Yeah, because it's forgettable.
Mission Impossible... Electric
Boogaloo. No, the final something? The Final Reckoning?
Oh, Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Because it's
supposed to be
the
Dead
end.
Reckoning Part 2, but yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
His character, it's Idris Elba. He's so good.
And he has a little speech at the end that reminds me a lot of the speech at the end of Matrix. Oh, whatever the last one, the third one. Remember?
Revolutions.
Is it Revolutions?
Yeah.
That's what I was
Because
thinking.
Reloaded was second. Revolutions was... You don't mean the newest of the new...
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
No,
last
the
one, Revolutions.
The last one of the original
Yeah.
trilogy, which I still sort of consider fan fiction. I'd rather they just had the first one and then let it go. But he gives that speech about, like, because all the robots are coming, like they found Zion, and he's like, we're going to fight and all this stuff. And Idris Elba gives this speech. And there's a couple moments where he looks so fucking cool. He's got his, like, armored battlesuit thing on. There's a moment where there's a flashback for Mako where she's alone and she's afraid of the kaiju, and then, like, the Jaeger shows up and he comes out of it and he's just like, oh, and he's looking around.
Which doesn't make
And
any
then
sense,
he
by
looks
the
like
way.
freaking Superman.
He does.
And he's standing there and he's like, I am doing so good. He just has that look on his face, and she's like, it's another human. She's just so happy
Right.
to see somebody and not be alone.
Yeah, like... and I question this myself. I hope this doesn't come off as I know that it potentially can. But when I looked at the young girl who they got to play young Mako, and then her as an adult, I'm like, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm asking myself, is it good casting? Am I seeing similarity? Or am I just really white?
Is it
And
that
so-
you're seeing little Asian girl and big
Asian girl? And like, I understand that.
Part of it was like their hairstyle
Yes,
was even like
very
from
similar.
when she was little.
But I thought that was like that scene with her as a little girl. I thought that was how they brought that in through the drift.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting way to bring it about. And like Riley's in there with her, and he's like, "You got to snap out of it."
Don't get lost in it. Like stay in the moment.
Exactly.
I kind of wish they would have explored that a little bit more. Like had something to allude to that before.
I don't
lost in
know if
almost
the
like-
second movie ever really did, because I never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I think there's a cartoon one.
Really?
Yeah, the Black Rift or something, or
I'll take your word for it. I don't even know if I've heard of it.
And the
Black Sails?
no, the cover of it is like a
Black
Jaeger
Dynamite.
helmet, and
No?
there's like this black just silhouette shadow of like a kaiju.
No idea.
I don't know.
So bright.
Yeah, I actually had more of a fun time watching this than I thought I would. Charlie Day is great.
Great.
Ron Perlman is great. Like I said, he's like cosplaying in it, and
He's the most ridiculous.
He's so funny. I love his little. He like whips out this little switchblade thing, and it's like he's like every like country bumpkin in a bar who has one of those and thinks he's cool.
But
And
then
then,
what he
sticks it
did
up
up
the
his
guy's
nose
nose.
backwards.
Yeah,
he knows it was
But
backwards,
it's still that point with her.
right? And he's like he's pulling it out. It was, and then he takes it out. And the guy's like, no, no. The Charlie Day like stole so much of this. He stole his screen time. It was really good. I enjoyed the characters in this. And all I can say is, Howl, if you have not watched Pacific Rim,
Hold
you're
on.
like,
I still have my nitpicks, man.
what? No, you don't. No, you don't.
ahead.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
No, I do.
No.
I do.
God damn it.
I do.
All right.
All
Here
right.
we go. What do we got?
So-
There's actually, okay, I do too, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't, one of them wasn't the same thing. So let's do it.
Is it the? Okay, here's a big one. I remember this being cool. The Jaeger is dragging a ship to use as a club.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, I remember this from like over 10 years ago when I first watched this. But what I didn't remember, or what I didn't think about back then, was about 5 minutes later, they're like, we don't have any weapons. And she's like, no, this thing has a sword now. Boop, sword button. Sword pops out. What was with the ship? Why did you have to do that with the ship? Destroy the ship, which is now like stuck in between two buildings. Who's going to get that down? Did they send out the Jaegers to be like, oh, let me just pick that up?
So Superman would do.
Yeah, Superman would be like, oh, let me help you with that.
Yeah, he would.
Let me help you real quick, Winston. Because he's from Wisconsin or Minnesota. Is that not one of yours?
No, it wasn't. I mean, okay, to be fair, yes, it was. The fact
I wrote, why did they pick up and destroy a vessel if there's a goddamn sword built into the Jaeger?
The fact that they had that, and then it was super effective.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, we're going to stick this in you now. Like, you could have done that the whole time. This is lightsaber technology?
Yeah.
Like, what are you even using? So, yeah, I remember when I first saw it that I thought that too. One of the ones I thought was the biggest one is, you ever, like, you have a kid, but your kid who is just now learning how to swim, you haven't done this yet. You ever been around a kid in the water? Like, they're in your swimming pool, they're like 5, and what do they want you to do?
Throw them?
Throw them where?
Into the water.
Does it hurt them?
Are you talking about, like, the 5 times that they're like, pick a kite up and throw it into the water, which doesn't do anything at all? Because I wrote
like
that
if
one
you're
down
in
too.
the city,
Why
I
are
get
you
it.
picking it up and throwing it into the water? Like, you're having a pool party with this thing, you're supposed to be fighting it.
Yes, that had to be easily the biggest thing, because I'm sorry, how do you're storyboarding this, you're coming up with it, and somebody's storyboarding, you're picking it up and you're throwing. Nobody
was like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. What?
Right, yeah. Nobody was
What
like,
does that do?
hold on, I've got kids. I do that with my kids.
That's exactly.
I'm not battling my kids.
That's exactly what I thought. Like, I was even thinking, like, you know who I throw into the pool? Rose. She's like, beat me up and just like toss me. Or I will pick him up and toss her. Like,
it doesn't
ridiculous.
hurt.
No, it's not a painful. Like, maybe it disorients them momentarily.
Yeah.
But they're like fighting, and then he's like, whoa, and then he gives him a minute to recuperate. Like, you good now, buddy? I splashed you. Did you get the salt out of your eyes? Are you ready?
How about no? So,
all right.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest one that, like, it's already fantastical enough. Like okay, we get it. We understand what it is we're watching, but like it just doesn't. Okay.
What did it mean that Gypsy Danger was analog? They have holographic computers and stuff in it. Why was that analog, but the other one that had the exact same setup and the exact same holographic computers, why was that not analog? Was it, they were like, it's nuclear. And it's like, oh, as opposed to the digital Minecraft gas that's in North? I don't know. I looked around it. No, like I looked at the dog. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Curly just looked at me like, oh.
It's because it's the word. That's it. The word analog, people know what that word means, and they're like, oh, that means it's not digital. Which means when this creature, who all of a sudden has evolved itself, and you find out that these creatures are being in what is one of the greatest maybe twist of this entire movie, how they start finding stuff out, and then Ron Perlman's reaction to Charlie Day's Newt's character, telling him that he did it. He's like, I did it a little bit.
Yeah, you already did it, didn't you? I did it a little bit. He's like, I can't tell you. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't because it's classified. It's like, if I kind of want to, it's pretty cool.
Okay,
right, I'm going to tell you.
His character was so great. It's fun. There's a lot of fun stuff that goes on.
Yeah, it's got, again, still more stupid, like, 90s stuff. Like, we're talking, like, or, you know, like these holdovers. Like, the Daredevil Ben Affleck movie had some really cheesy stuff in it. Mm-hmm. One of them was, like, the punch that ends up missing going into the building and slides in and sets off that little Newton's cradle thing that was on somebody's desk. Like,
just far enough.
What?
That was strictly done for the 3D aspect of it.
Yeah, you've got your dramatic final speech. You've got the main hero.
Which, speaking of that dramatic final speech, which you already spoke of, when you first said, "Oh, it reminded me of," I thought you were going to say Bill Pullman's speech from Independence Day. Which
I feel like that was less over dramatic.
Yeah, I actually think yours was a more apt analogy that resembled what it was in this movie. But when you first said it, that's what popped into my mind.
Yeah.
Was that the famous Independence Day speech? But I think yours made more.
But there's a lot of those, and it's just something that I noted they have it. The other thing that they have is the main hero almost sacrificing himself, and they think he might be dead, and then he could. Except he didn't even do that. He didn't even have the common courtesy to go like he's coming back to life. He's just like, "You're squeezing too hard." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "You were squeezing too hard. I couldn't breathe." Because she's like, "I don't think he's breathing. I don't know what's going on." But for some reason, it doesn't make sense why he did that. Like, was he unconscious, or was she just immediately? Was he fucking with her?
Probably. I actually like that.
I like it
because of just their interactions, and he's just like, "Excuse me too." I do remember that now.
He says it in a pretty clear voice. Like, he's not like just waking up from something. Like, and she lets go, and he's just like, he's like totally fine again. It's so strange. The voice of the computer sounds just like GLaDOS. You remember, like, a lot.
Yeah, I know
including the modulation and everything from the Portal games.
Yep.
Sounds just like it, except for the very last bit where it's like, venting atmosphere or like air is getting whatever it's saying. It sounds a little bit less robotic than it did before, but for most of the rest of it, I was like, is the whole, like, the ship computer in this is just GLaDOS.
I mean,
it's
who I want on my team.
I liked that they had the Star Trek sparks. Everything that happens to the outside of the Jaeger, sparks fly out. It's like, when you drive down the street in your car and you hit a traffic cone or you get a flat tire and sparks fly out of your GPS screen or your gauge cluster.
Yep.
Because that's how stuff works.
That's how stuff works.
Even when the shields are up in Star Trek and they're not taking any damage, every time they get hit, sparks everywhere. People are getting electrified by, like, their, the controls for the ship. I love it.
I mean, that's how all
that's how sci-fi works.
That's how Star Trek works.
How do we know that something's happening if we don't show sparks inside the giant robot? Also, why would it kill Idris Elba to get back into a Jaeger? He was like, I piloted the first generation of Jaegers and I was exposed to a bunch of radiation because we were worried about surviving. We didn't care that much about shielding ourselves from radiation. He's like, but they told me if I ever get back into one, like Gen 3, 4, or 5, I would die. Why? Radiation's not a problem for anybody else. They've clearly fixed that. So why would this kill you now? Unless it's just like the mental load.
Yes, I have to assume that based on the damage he sustained from that, the mental load of doing that, because they talk about it, it's why you share the mental load. But yeah, you make a good point, I think, with that it's... Okay, so the first ones you had the radiation thing, so if you get back into the other ones,
the really old ones
that don't have the radiation. Wait. So, I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, but it's one of those things that you don't like he said, nitpicking. And when they threw him into the water, that's a hard one to just get over. But
the homemade drift machine,
I did it a little.
that Charlie Day built, it has the exact same bellows my mom has for her fireplace on it, and it's just going on its own.
Yep.
Why? Is it just because they had it and it looks funny like something Charlie Day would do? I bet he added that. If he didn't, he was like, the prop guy, he was like, you're a genius.
He's a kaiju groupie.
He is. He's a kaiju groupie. Oh, and then there's the baby kaiju.
Yep.
They're like, there's a heartbeat or something. Oh, it's pregnant. And they are interchanging between like holding the walkie-talkie like a walkie-talkie and then putting it up to their ear like a phone. Like Ron Perlman grabs it back and instead of going like this, he goes like this.
I did, and I felt like he was just trying to hear.
I think he was just trying to. But there's a couple other scenes where if you look, there's one where Gottlieb is doing the same thing. Like he's got a walkie-talkie, but he goes like that all of a sudden. It's like, well, it could be this satellite phone from Jurassic Park, I guess, because it's kind of big. But it dies. Like it jumps out and it dies, right? It's like coming after Charlie Day.
Yeah.
And he's running, and then he's like, oh god, but the thing just dies, and then Ron Perlman shows up. He's like, just 1 second looking at it, and I knew it was going to die within 10 minutes. He ain't got Yeah, then he throws the knife into the snout of the thing, and then all of a sudden, the newborn that just died does not be like, oh, I'm not quite dead yet, like you would expect. It's like, rah, and just eats him right away. It starts storming around again, full strength for about 4 seconds, and then falls back down again, dead. Again.
Full dead.
Full
Like
dead.
actual dead.
But like, it went from I'm alive to I'm dead to like one is full.
Like
it just went
one is
hard
full.
for as long as it could, which was a couple seconds, and then died again. That was a little bit odd. And do you remember that there's a mid-credit scene?
Oh, I don't know that I did. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Ron Perlman gets eaten, right? And there's just the shoe sitting there, and they're like after the really visual part of the credits where they've got the artwork and the Jaegers.
He's not dead.
There's a knife, and it cuts out, and he just opens the thing and he goes, "Oh, where's my goddamn shoe?"
Yes, I had seen that. Oh my God, it'd been forever. I'm like,
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was
thought
like,
that as he gets eaten, and I'm like, isn't he not dead?
No,
Like, it just ate him whole.
I did not remember that at all. I just thought I was sitting there
That's
thinking
beautiful.
like it'd be so funny if there was a mid-credit scene or something on this, and then
There is.
I just didn't turn it off. I was like turned back to my computer, did something else, and then all of a sudden the music stops, and I look back, and it's oh my God, there is.
Yes. Yeah, it's just fun. Pacific Rim is a good time. If you haven't seen it,
Yeah, we're bitching about it, but it's so fun.
No, it's super fun. Like the stupid things that you just get over it. Like if you have a nice TV, a good sound system, get it, turn off some lights, watch it. I think Netflix is where I watched it. That's what it was on.
It's on Netflix. I
it's
searched it. Beware if you use an Apple TV, because I looked for it with Siri, and it was like, oh, you can buy it. No.
Oh, it's nice, Siri. Thank you.
I looked it up on Unogs or whatever it is, the site that like shows you what's on Netflix and in what areas. And it was like, nope, this is on Netflix in America. And sure enough, it was. But Apple doesn't want you to know. Apparently.
Okay.
Or the search just sucks.
I mean,
but yes, it's on Netflix. 100% worth a watch.
Yep.
It was so fun.
So fun. Really, the characters,
I had a
everything.
really good
It's
time.
like,
I don't know if it's that or the 200 milligrams of caffeine that's in that thing, but I had a great time talking about it.
Yeah, Pacific Rim's a good one. I'm glad. I was like, hey, I just happened to watch it because I just turned it on because it's one of those movies I can watch. We're going to be coming back next time, I think, with maybe I'll watch Terminal, and I need to finish watching Dune 2.
Dune 2. Dune harder.
Dune. But that's for next time. Until then, Halligans, we really appreciate it. As always, if you made it all the way through, what did you think about it? Have you seen this? Do you see Pacific Rim? Of course.
Yeah, have you seen the cartoon one? The Black Rift or Black Kaiju or whatever it was?
Was that Pacific Rim Black Ice?
No.
That one? No. The Black Falcon. I don't know.
It's Black something. Black Shadow, Black Rift, I don't know.
But
it's probably cool. It's probably like the Matrix. Remember the like
the
compendium
Animatrix
thing? Yeah.
And those were coming out in the beginning of movies, if I remember correctly. You could go and see them.
Yeah, they were short. I had a DVD with all of them on.
Me too.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. But until next time, go to all the places, do all the things, follow, hit the button. There's like a button. Is it under me here? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know where it is.
Hit it with your rocket elbows or whatever.
Until next time, I've been Joe.
I've been Ryan.
We're out.